Other than Medusa, I think it's been one draw game, something like that.
Yeah, it's been very limited sort of range. A lot of the times, really, it feels like in this meta, you want to have this kind of carry that can just go in. And I guess TA sort of has that to some element with the refraction, but there's certainly ways for 9 Pandas to get through that refraction.
Tiny has a really good skill set to killing TA. The same thing with Skyride if you have the ulti. But without those two tools, you actually run into trouble. You want a Bloodseeker who hits really fast and really hard, but that won't happen until later. But yeah, I was thinking before if they would swap the Bounty and the Bloodseeker, so they'd have the Bloodseeker facing the TA, staying on that lane, but more so to enable this Bounty Hunter to go against the Underlord, because I think that matchup could be heavily Bounty Hunter favored, get him off to a good start. This early Vanguard Bounty Hunter can also mess really hard with the mid lane, with all the lanes, more or less. Wherever he chooses to go, they're going to need a lot of heroes to respond. And the way it works with the Janata is you can't just accept him standing somewhere getting Janatas off. So excited to see. I think it's the first core Bounty Hunter we see in the tournament, I want to say.
It was not super sort of, but we were seeing indeed a lot of it in the support position. I mean, some teams, definitely not afraid to show it.
We talked a bit about it on the panel, but I think it's the first Bounty Hunter core that we actually see.
Yeah. I mean, did you like it sort of been upped in priority this game? You sort of see the strengths for this hero when it is given the 3?
I think so, especially after seeing Matthew, how he destroyed OG with it. I even had the idea in mind before that this Bounty Hunter and tri-laning and with the teleports is probably underutilized. I wouldn't be surprised if it jumps up in priority for the rest of the tournament.
We'll see how well Miro is going to be able to lane it down here with the backup of Antares against Dota2 and Celery. Should be pretty fine. I guess one of the strengths of being the offlane bounty against the TA is you've got that good base station, that good amount of armor, right? Turning up with 8 armor, it's going to be kind of tough for Dota2 to bully you out of the lane.
Yeah, Roger also playing the Ench. I think it was kind of a deny pick as well. I want to say they picked it at a time where likely Gaimin Gladiators could have picked it after, like the next phase. But we've seen Roger play before. He's very impressive on the Ench, so it's cute to see when you have teams that contest the same heroes. And you kind of see what else can Celery do. I don't know if it's his first Rubik game, but most of the time I think Tofu plays it for them.
Well, Hero's getting a little bit lower on this bottom matchup. Hero and Antares trading as best as they can with Dota2 and Celery.
They're brawling.
It's going to eventually, obviously, benefit Ramses up top. He should have a decent time here getting the CS with the backup of Roger against Ace's Underlord and Tofu's Disruptor. And then this mid matchup, what do you sort of expect to see from both of these players this game? Because we've had a lot of games where both Quinn and Kiyotaka, these two, they've been popping off from the mid lane.
Has a lot to do with the runes. Oh, the nice toss back into block. He's getting a lot of tower. He's going to die.
He's gone. Woo! All right, there we go. Eyes on the mid, Kiyotaka getting that first blood on Quinn as he steps up a bit too far. Under the tower.
Almost took out a kill bottom as well.
I mean, what a start there. Got to be careful with that tiny around in the lane. Kiyotaka seizing that opportunity. Quinn, can't let that happen.
Yeah, so you asked me, what do I expect to happen in the mid lane? Well, things like this changes everything. Like getting the first kill can snowball a lot. But at the same time, supports can wheel it back in. If you get help at around the 4 and 6 minute rune, I think this is some of the most... Oh, not again.
It's going to use just the one tower hitting this time. Can't quite get him as deep as last time. 14 for 5 against the 9 for 3. Having that first blood and having that edge in the CS as well. Kiyotaka off to a hot start.
So when you have a bounty hunter in your game, especially as core, I think the hero that really wants to connect with him is the one that gets online early with some type of magic burst or ability to run down heroes, and Tiny is definitely one of the best. So I expect him, if we're also looking at really good timing on the Vanguard, I expect these two to connect and cause a lot of havoc early. But likewise, if Ember manages to get some good runes, I think he's going to look at this Bloodseeker lane and potentially rotate here, securing a tower with the Underlord Vanguard.
Definitely a high chance that Ace and Tofu can set up, especially once Tofu's got the levels. We'll have that glimpse to sort of drag back and keep heroes in range of any sort of TP coming in from
bottom lane.
Backup. So if they can go for Celery.
He isn't going to be stunned. Oh.
He should... Oh, no, Mira's going to actually hold back. He'd rather go back, get the creep wave, a couple of range creeps coming in under the tower. Doesn't want to waste time chasing Celery on the Rubik. So Celery will be able to live a little longer, get the bounty in. And Taras, he's going to continue to try and commit for this, but Duracho's coming in with the backup. And him and Celery might be able to turn us around. No, Celery goes down, and Duracho actually will pull back from chasing Antares any longer. He'll look for the courier, but if anything, it's now Duracho that's sort of being baited away from the lane. So he'll head back now to keep up with the CS. as Mira's been able to pick up quite a bit and keep the edge in that matchup. 19 for 1 against the 16 for 1 there.
They're really setting up themselves for success. Quinn getting a bottle refill mid. It's going to help the mid lane situation. Bottom lane, though.
Let's see if they can get him this time round. As the mana gone, they've got the Ancient Seal as well. Dyrachyo's got Refraction up in a second. It's there! Back up just in time. We'll give him a bit of a chance as he gets underneath the tower, and it's not going to be enough to save him.
Oh my god.
Antares, the final bit of damage comes in, and they will still manage to bring Dyrachyo down. Up on top, Ace trying for Roger. I won't be able to chase him. Rams is standing strong between the two of them. Already 9 Pandas off the mark here with 3 kills.
You see Celery drawing on the map. I don't know what he's communicating to Dyrachyo, but it's probably the Skywrath's movement. He's running a lot on the side and causing some issues. Look at Skywrath. Look what he's doing. He's getting ready. The Underlord doesn't have Vanguard yet. He's 200 gold off, 100 gold off actually.
Let's see if they can strike. It's going to be still pretty difficult here with the Ring of Health. Still a Tango to pop.
Yeah, but
unlucky to have the damage.
Ench has a really strong creep here. Because they have a 1 slow, and with the right click damage, I think it might be enough.
Okay, let's see if they can try. I mean, Ace is stepping up. He's stepping up a bit for the range creep. So they've got the setup, and indeed with the Blood right down, and you're absolutely right with this creep and the aura it provides. 9 Pandas just slice through Ace. They were going to try and chase for Tofu as well. Get the glimpse back onto Ramses, but Roger and Antares continue to push forward under the tower. They get the 2 of them. 9 Pandas just completely owning the laning stage so far across the map.
I don't know if production is able to get it, but I think the Janata Gold Seal is also having a massive impact right now.
Quinn? Playing on the edge there. One more hit would have brought him low. Was playing it cool. Did still have a fairy fire to pop if he felt that he was under threat.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah. 6-minute power rune coming into play. Gaimin Gladiators attempting with the setup. Tofu comes in with the bottle recharge for Quinn. The attacker's got the backup of Antares and Roger, though.
Oh, the silence.
They'll start chasing towards the top. The power rune ends up spawning bottom. A DD rune waiting there for Quinn, as Quinn will be able to head down and grab it. As the 2 supports coming in from both sides, ends up in Gaimin Gladiators' favor. Quinn, he's got a DD rune to play with.
That's a really big rune, but I still think with what's going on mid lane, there's a beautiful silence, by the way, but what's going on mid lane is causing this bounty hunter to have a free 1v1 versus the TA. And every time he gets to the creep wave, he's losing 1 creep just from the 2 Janatas, even more. Oh.
Roger, nice attempt there with the sort of the pullback from the Wild Wing Ripper. Quinn, he's actually going to have the attention turned towards him. He's caught in the mid. He's in trouble. He's gone.
Wow.
Another death here for Quinn, as 9 Pandas able to catch him. He's pretty much, I think, like sort of 1 or 2 creeps away from hitting the 6 and having remnants to play with. 9 Pandas finding the perfect time to strike at mid again.
And that's the first blood for you. Kiyotaka killing him, making Quinn lose a few creeps, not getting the 6 in time. Even with finding the DD, he doesn't get, you know, the timing that he wanted, the timing that he needed. And look, they're not going to let him TP in mid. Yeah, will TP in, but
they're waiting. Let's see if they can go again. Quinn, he really wants to try and pick up the 6, but he's not going to get it. They're in with the toss combo. Antares as well with the silence. Roger throwing forward. The impetus is Quinn. As soon as he's back to lane, he's going to be going down again.
Oh my god.
The trees there. Kiyotaka finished off the tips. They are flying out the way of Quinn, as this is not the start of the game that Quinn would have hoped for. They completely bully him out of the mid lane, and 7 minutes in, they're going to be taking his tower.
Wow, this is I mean, I don't even know how to describe this. This is more than a disaster. Tiny is going to have Blink Dagger, and Quinn is still looking at Face Boots. We have Treads, Blink, Tiny coming up.
I mean, it's going to be rough. I guess, especially when you sort of run this sort of core duo, right? If the Ember's struggling, you know, you've got a TA in the safe lane. This isn't really a hero that can kind of turn up early and turn these fights around, right?
Look at bottom.
Needs time.
You look at this bottom situation, it's so bad. He just managed to get 6, so this TA is going to fear for his life every wave, and every wave he's getting hit with 2 Janata level 3s, which is 28.
Backup's coming in, and Taras, he's got pretty much full mana to play with. They can look to dive down onto Dyrachyo. The Ancient Seal's there. He'll put the stick charges. Celery's in with the backup. A bit of a chance provided here for Dyrachyo. Refraction's backup will be able to block the Shuriken damage. The Ruptures come in. Ramses, he's turned up from the top lane, comes through with the Twin Gates. He's in on top of Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo goes down. They'll look to get Celery as well. The Fiend's Gate is laid down to try and provide some sort of escape for Celery, but he cannot get into the portal. It's more kills for 9 Pandas. They're rolling them over here in this early game. 8 minutes, 9-1, 4K lead. It feels like it's becoming too much already for Gaimin Gladiators.
Wow, the double portal usage. Like, first you have the Skywrath going top, now you have the Bloodseeker going from behind on bottom. I would say it's really new meta stuff. I think 9 Pandas are playing this patch from top lane.
Look at the attacker go. He's going to see if he can try and set up something else. He gets the toss back onto Ace. Miro here. It's a little bit more difficult this one with the Vanguard in play from Ace. He'll get the root down and hold Miro back. Still a fair bit of damage done there by the two of them. So, yeah, I mean, Gaimin Gladiators, they've got to be so careful. Kiyotaka running around that. We're 9 minutes in. This mid tiny, he's already got his blink dagger.
Wow. Quinn, desperado mid, pulling the wave away from the action. I think he wants to flame guard maybe 2 waves together with a creep camp.
And top lane, they might still even get this. Miro and Antares, they're kind of diving in aggressively onto Ace. And see people coming from Tofu. This time the supports, they will be there to back him up as Miro. He'll pay for that one. Tried to push his luck a bit too much. Gaimin Gladiators, they'll manage to pick up the kill.
But look at this. So Quinn, he stacked up the waves. He wanted to kill him with Flame Guard, but Roger was just chasing him with the enchant, threatening to take it off. Quinn ended up having to go back. I'm curious to see, because they pinged the mid wave. I don't think they want to let him go here. Yeah, look at this, look at this. If he goes back mid.
He's going to do it!
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Not like this!
They've got the toss, they've got the avalanche, have they got anything else to catch him with? They haven't. Another remnant will be laid down. Quinn's going to be fine. Celery and Tofu, they are here to assist as well if required.
They want the rune.
But definitely a bit of a risk taken there from Quinn. Has to be careful. I guess felt strong in the knowledge that the backup would have been there for him.
Yeah. Well, I think name of the game is this bounty hunter. What's going to happen around him? I think if he puts himself in a certain part of the map where TA is farming or Underlord is farming.
Oh, Kiyotaka, he's found another grab. He's in with the Invis rune, gets the chance for the setup on towards Tofu. Another kill set up by Kiyotaka's Tiny. Autumn, Racho.
Rupture.
Is there going to be any backup for him? The Rupture's there. Got the refraction off in time, trying to stand his ground against Ramses. In fact, he's kind of winning it with the tower hits. Ramses has to back off. Miro, he'll look to finish off Duracho, and he will. He'll get the job done.
Oh, no,
Ramses does end up going down. Duracho with a final bit of tick damage kills Ramses off. And Miro's getting a bit of a cleanup. Another track kill by the looks of it as he turns towards Celery. TP's coming in. He needs one more hit with the Shuriken. Shuriken's there for the slow, but the telekinesis is back up. Celery holds Miro back. Oh, the glimpse as well. They're keeping Miro at a distance. It doesn't matter though. Kiyotaka comes in from behind and finishes off Celery. Miro will die, but Kiyotaka can try and look for more. Tofu lays down the static storm to keep himself safe.
Oh, he wants to track money, but they're going to TP in with TA.
It's getting a bit more risky now.
No, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. Oh, blink cancel.
Got the trap slow. Kiyotaka getting held behind. Still a bit of a tough target for these two heroes to go for, and they won't even try Duracho and Tofu. They keep their distance. They know they can't tackle the Tiny right now.
See it? No, they don't see it. Wow. Well, every time this bounty hunter goes on the core, or goes to where a core is, this is when Gaimin Gladiators feel like they have to react, because if you don't, this core has nowhere to go. You can't stay there tanking the Janadas. You're just losing money and wasting your time. And yeah, if you don't react, then they're going to get too much on the map. So Pandas, I think, are aware of this. I mean, it's part of the nature of the hero and the nature of the game mid lane.
They've got eyes on Quinn. See if they can blow him up with the common. They get the toss back into the Ancient Seal. Quinn is in trouble. They're going to lay down the Feast Gate, but the damage comes in from Miro and Kiyotaka as Quinn down yet again here. 4 times now in the first 12 minutes. 9 Pandas doing everything they can to shut down Quinn's Ember.
So much action.
They're going to try for another jump, Miro. He's in on top of Tofu. So if anything that Aces and Celery can do to kind of hold back the bounty this time round. Tofu getting incredibly low. One more Shuriken bounce. It'll do it. Another track kill for Miro.
Wow. Miro is owning. Absolutely owning. This is one of the most satisfying bounty hunter core games I think I've seen in a long time. I wish it was me. Just the Janata proxies. Like, he's had so many track kills already as well.
We're seeing what's the top 3 cores right now. Of course, all the 3 cores of 9 Pandas. They've got eyes on him. The track's there. Is there any escape for Duracho? Is there any backup? It doesn't look like it.
Hasted.
There's nowhere to go. He's been ruptured. Kiyotaka in with the toss. Over towards Ramses. Kiyotaka will still take the kill.
Ramses is going to tip Quinn. He has any left.
They're just cleaning up Duracho and Quinn wherever they go. Both with the cores of Gaimin Gladiators struggling massively. Duracho, 4 deaths already in 13 minutes. 4 deaths on Quinn. 9 Pandas. They just know exactly where and when to hit them.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I think I saw it coming a bit with the Enge Skyrad Bounty Hunter. I think these are really strong in this meta, and especially in the right hands, if you know what you're doing with them. I don't want to say I'm not surprised, but I had a feeling that the 9 Pandas were in a good shape to take the early lead in this game. So if you're Gaimin Gladiators, what do you try to do? What do you hope to do? I mean, your TA is so far away from her Deso, which usually opens up the hero, like to Roche, to join fights, to even push some tier 2 towers. But Jeez.
I mean, these items are coming out so fast, right? Miro, with all this action that he's been involved in, he's already got the pipe done. So now you're trying to fight into a pipe at 14 minutes. That is incredibly tough. In the mid, Quinn, he's going to get caught out. Ooh. The toss combo into the Mystic Flare. Not a chance for Quinn, as 9 Pandas continue to prove how easy it is for their heroes to take this Ember off the map time and time again.
Wow. Also getting the Tumbler Store and the Bounty Hunter. I think the patch also gave a lot of heroes that wish for certain tier 1 items to allow certain builds. I mean, we're not going to get a chance to talk about it.
Maybe something to be done here. Celery, he did get the Mystic Flare steal. He'll throw it down onto Key Attacker. It's barely going to tickle him. 9 Pandas able to step out as Gaimin Gladiators lose Tofu. Quinn, he'll get in aggressively. Has to jump back away from Key Attacker with the Remnants. Does not want to mess around close to the Tiny. And Taras keeping hidden in the trees for now. Roger, he's there. Key Attacker's back in with the jump. They'll look to burst through the Rubik. Celery, one more hit and he's going to be gone. He gets the stick charges off. Will live a little longer, but the Shuriken bounces come through from Miro. He goes down. Ace will manage to find at least Antares in return. They're trying for Key Attacker. They'll get him. Quinn finally putting an end to this streak the Key Attacker's been having going, but Quinn, he's so low, he's caught by the Rupture. Roger's looking to finish him off. The final impetus in Shuriken will do it as they take Quinn out, but this time Gaimin Gladiators able to make 9 Pandas pay. As 9 Pandas, they'll lose 4 for that attempt.
Wow. Is that what you call getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar? Because I mean, they were deep, but very well played by Gaimin Gladiators responding. That was oh, well done.
I mean, we see sort of this time just the fact that they turn up with the numbers. Aces there, ready to stand strong, and 9 Pandas, whilst they do run around and look for the squishier kills, and of course this very end moment, still get Quinn, as he's taking too much damage in return. Gaimin Gladiators, when they bring the numbers and can find sort of these 5v5 situations, they can punch back hard, and it's giving sort of space for Duracho to catch up, and you see Ace, kind of as we sort of see him in so many of these Gaimin Gladiators games, even when the going gets rough for the rest of the team, his farm, it's always steady, it's always solid. You know, you can always rely on Ace to find the gold in this early game.
It's been a bit awkward for him sitting top lane and seeing his team kind of lose the other 2 lanes really hard. He's been trying to provide portals and try and join the fights, but what we saw was him getting 2 successful Firestorms together with the Disruptor and Ember spells, and they have to repeat this success. The Firestorm is a great tool to even cut through pipe, but to kill these tiny heroes, to kill this Enchantress, to make Bloodseeker BKB. So they have to find a way to involve Ace in like all these engagements, I feel like, because if they don't, yeah, it's going to be this slow poking, prodding where Gladiators, they won't have a single chance to take a fight. Miro looking for Lotus Orb, I want to say. He had it queued up before. I think it's going to help a lot on like the route and for people to kind of disengage, but at the same time, it won't help you on kinetic field. Ace farming jungle, but now getting a Jinada.
The rest of 9 Pandas are going to try and run towards Ace. It's close towards the tier 2. They're going to try and set up for this one.
Oh my god.
Then they go with the Rupture, put the mech, they get the toss back with the Rupture combo. Huge amounts of damage done to Ace.
Beautifully executed, very nice. Yeah, pure damage, baby. Cuts through your Vanguard, Cloak, mech, all these tanky items, all these auras. If you manage to get this, I think even later in the game, yeah, this Underlord, he won't feel safe.
It's proven to be a good answer for him. I mean, Ramses, 2-1-6, only died the once this game, and just these items flying out. Yeah, the BKB Maelstrom, and he's going to be well on the way to upgrading that to the Mjolnir. And yeah, at that point, it will be very difficult for both Quinn and Duracho to fight top lane. Quinn, he's caught in the combo, and Key Attacker and Roger, they're at a point now where these two, they can do it without any further backup. It's more than enough, just the Tiny and the Ench to kill Quinn off once again.
Quinn is having a rough run.
I think we sort of saw one of the earlier stats come out. Top Rune in the mid. They're going to be able to get the jump onto Duracho. Get him into the river. Ramses, he's TPing over. They'll lay down the Static Storm, try and catch Key Attacker, but it's not going to trap the Key Attacker mirror. They're able to get out to the side. In fact, they want to run straight back into it so they can get back on top of Duracho, take him out. Ace, he's coming across. He's going to try and get back into the Fiend's Gate time, and he will manage to escape. Only barely, though.
Oh, dear Lord.
Just another situation where it seems like every single fight, Gaimin Gladiators, they're either losing their mid or they're losing their carry. So many casualties on these two cores.
Beautiful. Shout out to Roger. I think this is amazing. This is so smart. I don't think I've seen any Enchantresses buy this Orchid in a very long time. But this is a game for it. This is definitely something that I would do, I want to say. Like, if you think about it, how can he contribute to his team? Do you buy Force Staff? Do you buy a Glimmer? I don't think you can save versus Kinetic. What you could maybe argue for is the Glimmer will help you, or a Medallion can help you, but I think an even better defense in this case is a better offense. Like having this early Orchid, threatening the Ember, which is a big core, sure, is great. You can threaten the TA, but more importantly is you solo kill these supports with one enchant. And that forces them to kind of throw their spells at you, which opens up the fight a lot more for the core. And I think he wants to play in that way because he can go in front and not worry about the TA or Underlord trying to go on him. So he just threatens himself with Orchid. So very smart, very unconventional. Yeah, I think Roger's feeling it.
See if this next pickup will sort of change the outcome of the fights. Ace's managed to complete his own pipe. Maybe a bit of a chance that he could protect those that do get sort of jumped by the tiny combo if he's around and able to pop up the buff in time. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, still that threat of being caught by some sort of toss rupture, which will just completely annihilate any of Gaimin Gladiators' heroes right now if 9 Pandas are able to get that sort of perfect setup with the distance required.
I mean, I think Ace really wishes he could play in a different way in this game. Like, he could show aggressively on the mid lane, hit the creeps, and be like, use spells on me. But I don't think it works versus this Rupture Toss. Because the pure damage is too efficient. You don't have to commit too much to it. Tiny is finishing his BKB. Oof. He's having such a good game.
20 minutes in. An insane farm from 9 Pandas, still holding the 3 top spots. And, of course, on the other side of things, for Gaimin Gladiators, Quinn continues to sort of struggle behind. I mean, a point now where we can see matching
here
the farm.
We go,
Roger.
Radiant, daytime, just like the OG game. How are...
I think they'll be able to fight this, right? 9 Pandas, they're going to want to head down here.
They definitely want to fight it. Do we have buybacks on Gladiators?
They've got to cut just the 2 supports right now. 50 seconds and Duracho will have his to play with. I mean, this is a fight that could get messy for Gaimin Gladiators. They've got to be careful how they take this. They know that 9 Pandas is heading for them. They'll catch them out with the trap.
Ooh.
Quinn, try with the chain setup.
Follow up.
And Ace holding the high ground, but they have got eyes on him. Triple silence they're thrown down onto Ace as they fully focus the Underlord. They won't have the damage to follow. Static Storm comes out. But likewise for Gaimin Gladiators, they won't have the damage to kill off Mirror throughout the duration of having the Static Storm upon him. Key attacker, he's in with the combo. They get the toss back, and Duracho just gone in an instant. Ramses spots the BKB. He's ready to run them down. Duracho got just enough money for the buyback, so he will return to the fight. And it may not be an easy fight for them to take. Orchid down onto Quinn. Quinn with the movement speed though has the distance away from 9 Pandas. He'll actually run it back in aggressively to rejoin the rest of the team and take down Miro. And Quinn, he wants to go in for more. He'll get the slight chains combo off on towards Roger. Roger turns the key attacker back in with a 2-man avalanche. Ace, he's so low. Duracho, he bought back for this. He's down again. Out for 70. Ace gone as well. Quinn desperately jumping in, attempting to at least finish off Antares. He will get it. Takes out Antares. Ramses also incredibly low in this sort of situation. Ramses is going to stand his ground because he knows the key attacker's coming back in with a combo to sell him on a Quinn. Ramsey's still alive and ready to go for more. Over towards Celery and now towards Tofu as 9 Pandas will get the team wipe and more.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a fight. That was so clutch. I actually thought for a moment Gaimin Gladiators were going to do it with the buyback on the Duracho. It started looking a bit sketchy. But no, they keep focused. They don't kill the Underlord first at all. Like, they managed to kill the Duracho twice before they finish off the Underlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing really cool, calm and collected, I would say, on 9 Pandas.
And I think as well that Antares had the... Was he sort of tossed up? Because he bought back and he was immediately there, right? I think was that sort of the toss buyback sort of situation? Because he started to TP in the middle of the fight after he buy back because he was like, hang on, I'm already here.
Replay, but
I think it must have been the toss.
They must have fixed that.
It's a feature, young man. Anyway, something caused him to immediately back down by that pit when he bought back. And I think you can imagine.
I was sure that was
maybe no, he bought back and he was glimpsed. I think he was glimpsed, died, bought back, and then the glimpse brought him back straight to the fight. I think that's probably what happened there. So ended up working out quite nicely for them.
So Tofu did a whoopsie.
It may have been if indeed that was the glimpse play. Could have also been a stolen many things. It was one of the things. Someone had to figure it out. But anyway, back in action, yes. A 15k lead now.
Yes, but Roche is not dead yet. I wonder if this means anything. It looks like Gaimin Gladiators are giving up on returning to the buy area. I don't think the game is going to look fun when 9 Pandas get this Aegis. I want to say they're going to put it on the... Probably going to put it on the Bloodseeker. I wouldn't mind seeing it on the Bounty or the Tiny. It adds for different playstyle, but the Bloodseeker obviously is going to be good for the fight because he can go in with the Mjolnir build. Yeah, I mean, he was really... That sort of that end of the fight there where it was sort of down to Ramses and key attack. You know, Ramses knowing that, you know, there's no running. When you get that low on the Bloodseeker, you've got to full commit and hope for the kills, hope for the burst of lifesteal. And he did exactly that. Stood his ground, worked out perfectly.
14k ahead, and now with an Aegis in the hands of the Bloodseeker.
But you really see the synergy that they have. They managed to pull it off in the middle of the... Like, they were holding onto the Rupture and the toss. And then as soon as the TA showed, they instantly went on her. While she was, I think, mid-air, the Rupture was getting tossed. So they're very obsessed with, you know, maximizing this damage. They're not trying to just tiny combo one guy and blow him up. No, they want the maximum pure damage that the toss can bring, that the Rupture can bring.
And is there any sort of way to defend yourself? I mean, what do you do when a team's running at you and doing this toss Rupture combo?
You really want to control the tiny, and I think the best thing you can do, I mean, there might be another way, but I think the best...
Oh, Quinn.
Oh.
He's gone again.
Oh, this Skyrat is really proving to be a problem for him, but they had the double. They had another silence for him in case the first one wasn't enough. Again, I'm loving the Orchid pickup. But yeah, the counterplay, I think is you kill the tiny after he jumps in.
Sure.
Much harder now that he has BKB. You don't really have the items for it. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the other thing as well is you can try and anticipate for, you know, getting some sort of static storm down, but it's so hard with how instant the blink toss.
Plus, it's not reliable if Tiny chooses to BKB, you know,
True.
the toss as well, which you might as well. Like if the Rupture happens on a really important kill, you can definitely expend your BKB and be happy with it. Bottom lane. I don't turn into anything.
Taking a bit of he's terrified. He's like, get me out of here. I don't want to mess around. He doesn't want to lose any more money towards Miro.
I'm curious how much money he got from Janata this game. I want to say it's been quite a bit.
I mean, yeah, it has to be.
500 something
when
or
he's
more.
playing this off-lane bounty. I mean,
800.
I guess a good way to get some sort of idea. I mean, it's on 10k net worth with 61 CS in comparison to like 10k net worth on Ace with 160. Obviously, there's a lot of other kind of factors.
Do the math.
Come in with like the kills and the track kills, but yeah, definitely the Janata alone getting him a hefty bit of a bonus this game. And we'll see how 9 Pandas progress now. 14k lead. They're immediately looking for action. I mean, they know that Duracho's on his own.
No blink yet. He's going to try to scout. They're going to tree toss. He doesn't see him. Have anti miss.
They've laid down the sentry. They know where he is. They know he's in there. As Antares was prepared, make sure that they have the vision. They even wait to get their track in from Amiro. Get that bonus, and now the next round of items are coming out. Shadowblade's going to be on its way for Key Attacker, so it'll be even more difficult for Gaimin Gladiators to ever be prepared of this tiny setting up for the Blink Toss setup.
It's looking hard for Gladiators. It's looking really, really hard. I wonder what's going through 9 Pandas' head right now. Other than, of course, you know, they have Aegis, they want to pressure, they don't want them to farm. But are they thinking about the next round of items? Are they thinking about the second Roshan? Are they thinking about how we can hit the high ground? Yeah, I'm not sure myself, but those are questions I would be asking.
I mean, sort of how good would you consider Gaimin Gladiators high ground? And is it very easy for 9 Pandas to just sort of push up to the base and kind of charge in?
Well, the toss play poses a big problem, because if you're going to have a hero show himself within toss range, he could fall to the combo, but it's much easier for them to defend high ground. You can't really do the Rupture play on the Ember, and Underlord can place Firestorm and just start backing off, and I don't think that toss is going to work. I don't think 9 Pandas is looking to break high ground with this Aegis. I think they're just trying to get really far ahead and set themselves up for the next Roshan. Meanwhile, Gaimin Gladiators have found a place on the map that they want to stay and they don't want to get pushed out of.
We're seeing both of the cores as well. Quinn and Duracho, they've managed to get their next time done, so they will have these BKBs ready for the next team fight.
Let's see Bounty Hunter. Hero's going to die here, I think.
They'll be in with the setup. He was able to get the Lotus off in time, so Celery not quite able to get the pullback with the telekinesis.
Just kidding.
Get the Glimpse though. Glimpse back into the range of Duracho. Miro's pretty tanky, and he's pretty speedy as well. And in fact, they're not going to be able to continue to chase him because on the back lines, Key Attacker, well, I said Key Attacker's coming. He's playing it cool because he's still got the BKB. The full pretty low, but he's able to get the BKB and Shadowblade off, and it's just buying time for the rest of 9 Pandas to head down here. Gaimin Gladiators, they've got to think twice about if they want to take this fight now. Tofu's ended up glimpsing himself as he targets the Lotus Orb. They'll push in to take down Miro. I mean, Quinn's strong with the BKB and the Flame Guard. He's on top of Antares. They'll take out both Antares and Miro. Jump forward with the Remnant number. Ramses, Mignone buffs himself, turns towards Duracho. Duracho having to hold his ground due to the Rupture. But with these buybacks coming into play, it's now Ramses that has to back off.
Quinn is telling Ramses, look me in the eye right now.
Let's see if they can bring him back. If they've got any further catch for Ramses. Ramses still has the Aegis for 9
Dude,
seconds.
BKB
well. Still available as well. Slight change from Quinn. Catches on towards Roger. Another kill to be found here by Gaimin Gladiators off the back of the 2 supports. Buying back. They can push on themselves now. Try for a tier 1. As Gaimin Gladiators, they take a pretty decent punch back the way towards 9 Pandas.
Oh, very good. That was hard to that was hard to predict that fight was going to turn out that well for them. But the double BKB timing.
Oh, dude, chat, there's 2 wisdom runes here. Oh, Duracho having a bit of a nice surprise there. Gets himself pretty much an easy level and a half or something. And also the Torment is available. They've got 3 heroes here. See if they want to set up. Duracho's going to try and get the meld stacks so he can take it out super quickly. And with the help of the safety of the refraction, he can instantly able to take it out. He'll go for the TP away. Miro not going to be able to close it to get the hit as the telekinesis is there. Celery doing what he can to hold back the 2 of them and make sure the stun doesn't come into play onto Duracho. He'll die for it almost certainly as Ramses chase him out. And Celery dies to the rupture, but a great save there. As what a beautiful moment for Duracho. Easy XP and easy escape.
Wow. I mean, he had 2 hits on the Bloodseeker with a basher. I want to say that was cutting a little bit close. But that Dota sometimes very, very good comeback. I think it was very hard to pull something off like this, but they're not out of the woods yet. Far from it. I think the double BKB gives you a bit of hope. Like when you saw how that fight just turned out, Ramses wasn't there from the very beginning, which was the biggest problem for 9 Pandas. They're trying to keep them there, but ended up burning themselves, getting too close to the fire, and getting caught. Disruptor is obviously one of the best heroes at making sure you don't just get to run in and out for free.
Absolutely, signs of life from Gaimin Gladiators. The question is going to be if they can replicate that in a situation where they won't be fighting around that sort of outpost, where they can bring the backup in, and in a case where they did use both buybacks on both of their supports. They definitely had to use that extra firepower to take those kills and force 9 Pandas to back off. See if they can do it again without that. Next time's coming out for 9 Pandas, the full Silver Edge done on Kiyotaka. And Ramses, he's going to be well on the way towards picking up that Skadi next, which of course is going to feel excellent against the Templar Assassin carry.
Yeah, the Skadi is a huge timing this game. Also the basher already that he has is massive. It makes the Ember double guess himself whenever he's about to tank a Bloodseeker hit, but also allows the Bloodseeker to go one-on-one with the TA, and it will usually mean Bloodseeker wins. Just the nature of high attack speed basher carry versus non-basher carry. Last game was 300th pro match that Tofu, Celery, Ace, and Duracho have played together. 62% win rate.
Not a bad win rate at all, and definitely I imagine over the past months being pumped up to an even higher percent if you just look at that smaller period. Gaimin Gladiators have been on a pretty impressive streak of win after win in terms of series, but yeah, this game 1 for 9 Pandas, a fantastic showing and maybe how it is possible to bring these lads down. Gaimin Gladiators still with a fighting chance, but 9 Pandas, they've turned up on fire today. Ramses 22k net worth, and almost certainly will have that Skadi done before the next fight kicks off. So something else that Gaimin Gladiators are going to have to be super concerned about. These cores from 9 Pandas, they are huge.
They're huge, but the moment to decide the game, I think, will come with the Roshan. Regardless of how huge anyone is. You have the double smoke happening. It's all about the bottom area. It's all about the vision, the portal, the outpost, and getting control. Nero. Oh, Celery. No.
He's going to get caught alone. The rest of the team's going to try and wrap him from the side. Ace sets up with the root, but it's only onto Antares. They've lost Celery. They get the glimpse back.
Oh, Kiyotaka.
They already from the back. Kiyotaka's in, and he's on top of Tofu. Puts the BKB. Tofu's going to get forced down the side. Ace pops the Greaves. He keeps Tofu alive. Down on the low ground, Quinn trying to focus towards Roger. Roger pops the heal on the BKB. He's able to walk away. Ramses caught in the root. BKB's still on the radio, popping up, but he's so low. He pops it so late. Ramses, he doesn't stand a fighting chance this time round as he's out of the fight. The rest of 9 Pandas, they've got to run.
They're doing it. Oh my god. That was really well played. I thought that was going to be an absolute disaster.
I mean, Ramses, he just got killed so quickly. I think quicker than he expected. And ended up BKBing at the very last moments of that engagement.
Kiyotaka.
And Kiyotaka, he's able to Ogre Seal Totem out to the side, but the glimpse is there. He'll go down.
Wow,
a huge few kills there for Gaimin Gladiators.
Massive, massive comeback.
DD rune as well there. Quinn will grab that, have that ready for the next fight, or the Roche, whatever they wish. That's a pretty hard hit back the way of 9 Pandas. They'll feel that one.
Wow, what's the level situation like? So, yeah, you can kind of see before this fight. I think we were talking about a lot less levels on the cores, but I think every core got a couple levels from that on Radiant side. Roger, not going to get found.
He's out of there. I mean, that fight setting up for the next pickups. Duracho's got the full Daedalus. This Roshan should easily be theirs with no Kiyotaka and Ramses in the equation.
I want to say Radiant might have a higher win percentage just because of all this stuff. It seems to always be bottom side of the map. Radiant, you know, getting some vision fight or getting some weird angles. Maybe it's a threat of the outpost that Dire doesn't want to, you know, go so close to it or live in this area that, yeah, I don't know. But again, Radiant does it. Now it's Aegis and Cheese. Ace is also getting bigger and bigger. He is going for Lads, and I wonder if this is going to turn into a Wraith Pact. Could it?
No, nowadays, no, they changed it, right? Am I crazy?
How does it go? I mean, they changed the Wraith Pact, but...
It's gone, isn't it?
Oh, they actually removed it. Excuse me.
No
I thought
more.
nobody was just... I thought they nerfed it to the ground, so nobody was buying it. So he is just going Lads for the sake of it, which is good. I mean, it's very good last game.
Let's see. See now, because I mean, the difference now between the two teams, it is closed massively. Just 2k gold lead now for 9 Pandas after pretty much a game where they've held such a massive advantage for the longest of times. But that last fight, those last 2 fights, Gaimin Gladiators is doing it with the buybacks the first time round, and then that last one, he's able to do it straight up in a situation where Ramses just gets killed off too quickly. And once they do lose the Bloodseeker, and Kiyotaka sort of revealed his hand with the jump in and the burst, there's not a lot more that 9 Pandas can do in the stretched out team fight. So they have to, at all costs, try and protect Ramses, make sure that Bloodseeker does not start the fight dead.
And you also see Miro, he went from having the best Bounty Hunter core game of his life to probably a rather mediocre one. Not being able to capitalize on these fights, not getting the track kills. Now you see him start to fall off. There's still a lot of fighting power between the Bloodseeker and the Tiny. They're still ahead in gold as a team. I think once you finish this Aghanims and Skadi, you're gonna feel your next power spike, and that's probably fight time if you can find a good scenario or a good area. Aegis gonna last for 3 more minutes. I think Gaming might look to hit high ground if given the chance. If you can't cut waves or what's it called? Redrag attention somewhere else.
Kiyotaka's eyeing this up. I don't think he'll want to jump though. Gaimin Gladiators, they'll show themselves and look for the tier 2. Kiyotaka, I mean, maybe considering jumping for a support. But yeah, it would be risky. Hasn't quite got the rest of the team ready to connect with him. Best thing he can look to do is cut the creep wave.
Yeah, cut the wave. If the catapult dies here, it means no more push. We're still just counting seconds for the Aegis. Oh, the catapult didn't die. They glitched
Still
for
there.
it. Yeah.
Push on a bit more.
I like this play.
2 minutes to poke with the Aegis.
Yeah, no glyph, no glyph. So if you don't have anyone killing off the Wisdom Rune Revenge, Kiyotaka is gonna get one. Okay, yeah, no high ground push. Aegis 2 more minutes. I think we're gonna see the next power spike being hit without any fight being forced. So as good if you're a 9 Pandas fan. If I was Gaimin Gladiators, I would really try to force something still in the next 2 minutes. Somehow catch them, use the Underlord ulti, close the map in on them, or maybe even hit the high ground. But hitting the high ground I think is really hard. There's a Rupture.
Go for Duracho, but
They're trying to toss him back in.
it's the Aegis target as well. It's
Yeah.
not really a way you can start the fight here on the defense.
Well, I think it works if you toss him back into the base, because respawning there with Aegis is usually certain death anyway, if Bloodseeker doesn't have to use his. So I like the idea, but the execution obviously faulted. Yeah, it's Rupture cooldown, 40 more seconds.
I mean, they're stepping out at the base, 9 Pandas, maybe seeing if they can still find a chance to go whilst Gaimin Gladiators have relaxed a bit and split up.
Split up, but are you ever really split up when you have Underlord?
That's
the
true.
thing.
All he's got to do is lay down that Fiend's Gate and sort of bridge the distance between them.
Link.
And bump into each other here. Kiyotaka getting focused by Ace and Quinn. He's got a fair bit of backup. Kiyotaka, see if there's enough to get him out of there. He's already falling down to half HP. He may feel forced to put the BKB. He does, but he's already down to half health.
It was so late.
They're just going to continue to push on and chase him out. The physical damage, it'll be done. Kiyotaka, he's gone. And Quinn, he's seeing if he can set up for more. He's in with a slight change, closes the gap onto Antares, and Antares will fall. And with the Fiend's Gate, Gaimin Gladiators, they close the gap onto Ramses. He has to BKB and run. And Gaimin Gladiators, they're chasing onwards. They're up to the high ground. They're on top of Ramses. Ramses trying to stand his ground, but he's surrounded by Gaimin Gladiators. There's no hope for him here. As Ramses also to fall. Gaimin Gladiators now take the lead.
Well played. Wow. Gaimin Gladiators did some really cool kiting there. I think the Tiny had a moment where he could have clicked BKB before the glimpse connects. But yeah, he was kind of holding on
There
to
we
it for a very long
go.
time.
And now
Here
the
we
tips
go.
going back the way of Ramses. How the tables have turned since that early game. We saw 9 Pandas go so heavily focused on Quinn. But it's ended up here at a point where Quinn and the lads are definitely in the favorable spot, taking away another set of racks as they move towards the top.
Oh, that's some cosmic irony. I think the game might be over here. The push is so strong.
They're dead without buyback. 1,700 gold short on Ramses, 1,500 gold short on Kiyotaka. 9 Pandas, they've got to try and hold this 3 versus 5.
They still have cheese. Quinn is so fat. He almost has his Ags. I think they're going to go for it here.
One tier 4 gone. Gaimin Gladiators a step closer to closing this one up. They get the trap here on towards Miro. They just push in super aggressive. They know there's nothing to be done here from 9 Pandas as Miro's gone. Kiyotaka's going to be back in play to say Roger tries to frontline with the BKB, but he immediately gets cut down by the slight. Anger there from Roger. As this game, it must have felt like it just fell apart so quickly for 9 Pandas as the Ancient is exposed. The tips continue to come out the way of Ramses as they know now there's no buyback from him. And 9 Pandas, they'll tap out. GG is called. And Gaimin Gladiators will take this.